everyone, happy Sunday. Welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you are having a wonderful weekend so far and a wonderful summer as well. Today is going to be a little bit of a longer video, but also one of my more fun videos that I look forward to filming for you guys and that you guys seem to like as well. And that's going to be my Erin Condren Vertical Life Planner move-in video. I've been looking at this beautiful thing for the past 2 weeks, and today is finally the day I get to set it all up and show you guys how I plan on using it. So grab a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, grab your planner if you like to listen to these in the background, which I love to do, and let's get planning. So the first thing that I do in preparation of move-in day is I go through my planner. I make sure, first of all, that there's no dates missing. It's in the right format. They sent me a vertical and not a horizontal, which they have. So I've gone through and made sure everything is good. Printed correctly and nothing is missing. And then what I like to do is I like to go through. You can see I have like a bunch of little paper clips here, and I like to decide how I'm going to use each section and each page for like tracking and like notes and all that kind of good stuff. And then I just kind of decorate them or set them up one by one. So I'm going to go ahead and take all of those out, and then we'll get started with the first section. So I've gone ahead and removed all the paper clips and stickers from each of the sections just to help make it a little bit easier for when I'm writing, and so there's less bulk and stuff when I'm sticking stuff down. To make it obviously a lot harder to do. I will be linking all the sticker shops down below as always, and if you wanted a little bit more detailed information or a detailed view of them, check out my previous video here. It's my planner sticker haul video, because I'm just going to be doing kind of a quick flip through at the end today. Let's get started. Very first thing that I'm going to do is put my name, see if I can zoom you guys in a little bit there, which I'm always super nervous about, and I debated whether or not I wanted to do this on video. I'm just using one of my Shop Villa Beautiful pens, which is always so beautiful. I have them in almost every color, and I'm just obsessed with these pens. They have a great weight to them, they write really smooth, and they're really pretty as well. I was going to do a sticker here, but I just decided to go ahead and write my name. So I'm going to do that now. So I don't really like my handwriting, and I don't even know if I would call it handwriting. I kind of just do like a little bit of a blend of the two. So Amber Jade, that's my name. Kind of like a little mix between printing and handwriting. And I always do that little heart there. So yay, first step to the move-in is successful. I'm going to zoom you guys back out. And we're going to move on to the next section. So the next section that I'm going to be using is right here at the front, and this is where I'm going to be keeping track of our kids' extracurriculars and PA days and that sort of thing, birthdays. That's the next section that I'm going to be working on. This page is going to follow the color key from the first page in terms of the PA days, birthdays, and that sort of thing. So this will kind of continue on. And then on this page, I'm going to use this to track my kids' extracurricular activities. They have one more of these pages at the very end of this section, which again, I just really don't like how they split it up, but I'm going to leave this section blank for now because I'm not sure what I'm going to use to keep track in this section. If I don't reach my goal weight within those first 6 months, then I will carry this over for weight loss tracking. However, if I do, which I'm really optimistic and hopeful that I will, then I'm going to use this for something else. So I do like leaving some of these free just to work with throughout the year. And then the next section that I'm going to move towards is the end of the book, the end of the planner. Again, I'm going to leave this page blank because I'm not really sure how I'm going to use it. I was debating whether you're doing like a Christmas tracker or something like that here as well, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to leave this one blank, and I'm going to start on this page. And on this page, I'm going to do our cruise countdown. It's our first cruise ever going on, and I'm super excited. So are the kids. We have not been on a family vacation ever, so it was really, really special for all of us. and totally very, very needed. The past few years with COVID and sickness and that sort of thing has worn all of us down. So we are more than ready for this. And I thought it would be really fun to do a countdown. So I am not sure which one I'm going to use, but I am going to find out shortly. The next tracker that I'm going to use are movie trackers. We are huge movie buffs in our family, and we love, love, love going to the theaters, especially the drive-in in the summer. It's so much fun. So I did get some of these to track some of those that we see. I usually see one movie a month, so I know for sure one page will be enough, but I did get a second one, or printed a second one rather, just in case. So I'm probably going to start with just the one, and then see how we get to, and then maybe add this one later. And then I'm going to have a couple other little cute, like little movie icons that I'm going to pull in as well. I'm just not sure which ones yet. And I'm going to cut these out and see how it turns out. The next tracker that I'm going to set up is my TV tracker. We also love to watch TV shows, even though with the kids, by the time I get to bed, or get them to bed, anyway, I'm ready for bed and I'm exhausted. So we don't watch as many of these, but we try to kind of watch maybe 1 or 2 shows at a time. But I'm going to use this to keep track of my favorite shows for this year. And yeah, so that's going to go on this page here. On this side, I'm going to be keeping track of the books that I'm reading, and they finally came in. These are old library pockets. I don't know if you guys remember these. And I had printed out some, this is just me practicing, that didn't come like that. They come blank. And I'm going to be using an older, like, looking worn library card that's going to fit right in here. Oh, sorry, I should put that down there. And then I'm going to use this to stamp the date that I finished the book and what I read. This one, it doesn't have any stars for what I thought about it, but I'll either write them underneath or find some other way to keep track of that. I'm not sure, but I was really, really sad as soon as I had this idea. We were taking our kids to the library the other week, and we were talking, you know, how the olden days were and what they used to look like, and they're like, well, what are these cards for? And so I was like, oh my god, I should use this for my book tracker. So I'm really excited to use this. And then also some of my beautiful stickers from I Love to Print around this. So I'm going to just decorate them around there. The next trackers that I'm going to be using are my YouTube subscriber tracker and my Instagram follower tracker. And I'm going to be doing one of these on each page. And I also got some matching little social media icon stickers from Print Petticoat Bandits that I'm going to be using on those pages as well. I am almost at 200 subscribers for YouTube. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. I'm only 8 subscribers away, so if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying my content so far. All of your support helps me so, so much, and I really appreciate it. And then for Instagram, I am hoping to reach 2,000 by the end of the summer. I think I'm at about 1,960, so that's going to be my next 2 goals coming up for these. I just thought it would be really fun to get the blank stars so that I could color these in as I reach each one. Alright guys, I'm going to be planning these pages out throughout the week, and usually each page takes me about an hour or so, depending, looking through stickers, listening to music. Sometimes my kids are here and stuff like that, so I am just going to skip ahead to show you the end result. It's going to be way too long if I kind of show you how I do each individual page. So here's what the final result looks like. So, very first page, we start with my name, which seems simple enough, but I have messed this up more times than I cared to share. And this year I nailed it first time, so I'm super excited. I was debating whether or not to use a sticker for this page because, as I said, in the past I have messed it up and had to use whiteout, and then I didn't like how it looked. But this year, so far, we're off to a great start. So I'm just going to flip through this little quote here to get to the good stuff. So this is the first section. This is how I ended up separating everything. So I have PA days, first and last days of school, breaks, birthdays, anniversary, holidays, and vacation. And so I use those little transparent stickers. I think they turned out super cute. As I said before I got started, I didn't like that it separated it. Like I would have liked for this page and this page to be together, but it wasn't, so that's okay. But I did the best with what I could, and I'm gonna learn to love it. And then this page here is for my monthly tracking section. Well, it doesn't have to be a monthly tracking section. I always just usually use this for some sort of tracking per month because there are 12. Again, they were split up, so it's a little strange, but I started with 6 months because in a way, 6 months to look at a goal is actually a lot less intimidating than the 12 months. So I'm doing my weight loss, and I have August, September, October, November, December, the little bows, because it's kind of a fun with all the gifts and stuff like that, and January, which is a little shimmery as well. I don't know if you can see that. It just reminds me of like ice and like when all the snow comes. And these are the sections, like I said, that I'm going to work on and keep track of my monthly weight. The next section that I did was the kids' extracurricular activities. So this is what this page looks like over here. It's kind of funny. I actually started like in a really neutral mood. Then by the end of the spread, I was jumping into glitters for some reason, or shiny washi. But I do like the way they complement each other. It just has a little pop of fun to a otherwise serious spread. So I have the dates here. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on one side. And then I have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And remember, we don't do anything on Sundays. We like to have that as our break day. And then what I use for this section is I actually use sticky notes. Found in years past that these tend to change, especially with COVID. It's no longer like it just used to be like, let's say you had karate for Mondays, that was it for the whole year and it didn't change. Since COVID, things have been changing. Even this year, class sizes and that sort of thing and schedules. So what I've just done in the past few years, which I found has worked really well, are sticky notes. So that way, let's say if, gymnastics is Tuesday from September to December, and then she changes to a Friday class for January to June, I can just move that around and I don't have to do too much with it if it's the same time. If it's not, then I just take this one off and put a new one with the new time, and I don't have to worry about whiting this page out or writing in pencil, which I don't like to do. That's how I set up this page. My son gets the turquoise, my daughter gets the peach because she's really into that color right now, and then they both like purple, so I did a purple for both of their classes on Thursday. And then at the very end, I didn't use a sticky for this area because these two dates are going to be set and they won't change once they're decided. And that's for year-end gymnastics recital and his year-end karate tournament. Then the next page is a continuation of the schedule for the year, so birthdays, PA days, that sort of thing. As you can see, hopefully, I just do a comparison. The beginning of the year, or the first few months, is pretty intense. In September, we have 4 family birthdays alone, not including any of our friends. So it actually ends up being more busy and more expensive than December, if you can believe it, because December we just have that week off and Christmas, so it's not as crazy and they're home from school. But the end of the year in comparison is really light. And if you notice, I didn't do the whole year like until 2024 because my planner starts and ends in July. So while I do appreciate being able to see these dates ahead and I'm glad they included them, I decided not to use these stickers because I do want to have some left for the next year. And as you can see, I'll probably have like 2 or 3 years out of this at least, depending on how many things I'm planning on keeping track of. That takes care of the first section of the book. And then I left these trackers blank just to see where I was at and if my goals are going to change in the new year. I'm hoping to reach my goal weight in the 6 months that I'm giving myself. I'm optimistic and hopeful and plan on working really hard to achieve it. If I need a little bit more time though, I am going to be patient with myself and allow for that here. If not, then I will set a new goal for next year and keep track of that in this section. So in my next video, I'll be showing you guys how I set up this area here with my monthly spread, and then also this area as well, the note pages and the dashboard. I will show you guys how I set this area up next time. I'm flipping to the very back of the book is where all my trackers are. Ta-da! Super happy with how they turned out. I had so much fun with it. It was peaceful. I had my music. I was planning. I was in the zone. and I'm so happy. So this is the final result. So the first thing that I'm going to be keeping track of is my weight loss. And so in the very front, I'm going to be taking my monthly measurements, but this is going to be my, like, where I keep track of the pounds that I lost and kind of celebrate. And I can kind of see and color in each one as I lose them, and I can say goodbye to them. And so it just says my weight loss jar, and I just put some cute little fitness deco here. And I put here, take charge, you've got this, and you are your only limit. And I just love that. I love inspirational quotes, especially for something like this where it's going to be hard and there'll be days where I probably will want to give up, but I'm hoping this will help keep me motivated. I kind of messed up this area here. I don't know if you guys can tell. I got, like, I had a sticker on here and then I took it and it tore. So I ended up just covering it up and putting this here. So thank goodness I was able to save it. So that is my weight loss journey. One of the most important goals and part of this journey is not just the weight, but also just toning up, getting stronger, just being healthier overall with what I eat, and just being active a little bit each day is within this goal too. So it's not just about the weight. This is definitely to help me celebrate that because it is hard to lose. But it's just kind of an overall health journey that I'm going to be taking the next few months. So I'm excited for that. And then this is how our cruise countdown turned out, and I think it's super cute. I actually ended up pulling in a third sticker sheet from a different shop for this one just to get the look that I wanted. I was very specific with the look that I wanted to do, and that I ended up, I don't know if you guys remember, I had a 100-day countdown. This one was 100 days, and this one was 30 days, and I thought maybe for some reason I could fit more on this page, but then once I started I realized I wasn't going to be able to fit more than 30 days. But I still wanted to use these because they were super cute, so I just used this kit for the every 5, so 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and 5, and then I used the other kit for the days in between, and then I did little, like it's like a little treasure map, those little dashes, all the way down until we get to the cruise and we're sitting on a beach and relaxing. So this won't be until November though, so I won't be able to start this right away, but it is kind of nice to see it in my planner still, just to remind me that it's coming and that summer leaf is on the way after all of this work this summer, especially with the kids at home. Going a little bit crazy, but halfway there, so I just gotta stick it out a little longer. And then also I put these two side by side as well because they kind of work together. Whereas, because this is going to be in 3 months from now, and I'm hoping in 3 months that I will be toned enough, or at least halfway through, that I'm going to feel a little bit more comfortable on the trip. So that was the thought process behind putting these two side by side. The next tracker is my movie tracker. And I love how it turned out. So I have like some little cute, let's see, little movie deco from Glam Planner. This is usually me and my husband sitting and watching a movie. The old popcorn machines, which we see a lot at the drive-thru. Some concession. Have a little Harry Potter girl there. She's kind of like dressed up to go to the movies. And I also found like a film strip of washi that I didn't even remember that I had. So I was so excited to see that. I was like, oh, because I wanted to do some sort of a border or an underline. And then when I saw that, I was like, how perfect is that? And so I use that, and I think that really complements each other really well. And on the other side, we have like those little drink machines that you can choose what you want to have. 3D, more concession, an older movie reel, and an old movie player, I guess. I don't know what they're called. Projector, maybe? And then, yeah, so like I said before, we do love movies, and so I did decide to do 2 pages for this. I think that'll be enough for the year. Like I said before, I'm not keeping track of every single movie we watch. I'm just keeping track of the ones that we go to the theater to see. And we usually go about once a month. So, but this is, each page is about 12, but I figured I would do double just because some months there's 2 movies that we want to see, or, you know, I'll go 2 different trips. I'll go with my husband for a date, or I'll go with my girlfriend, and then we'll take the kids too. So, but I would do double for that just to make sure. The next section is TV and books. And so this is my TV tracker. Again, another really cute glam planner sticker. That's my character that I always get from her shop. It's Lolly and Pop, her little unicorn. And this reminds me of me, my husband, and Harley, our dog, sitting on the couch once the kids go to sleep, trying to stay awake to watch our show. And then this is like me doing my little private Netflix binges when I'm watching shows my husband's not interested in, like Bridgerton or something else like that. He's not super fond of. So for the TV, I just decided to do the one sheet. We don't watch too many of these. It's hard to stay up once the kids go to sleep and find time, but I did do, I think this one is 12 as well. So maybe one show a month or just 12 shows throughout the year, which I think is pretty reasonable. And then they have the little stars as well to keep track of what I thought of them, because this is ultimately going to be my memory planner. So I can look back on this in years and see what we were watching and what was interesting. This is probably my favorite one. This is my book tracker. I love books almost as much, if not the same amount, as I love planning and planners, and this is how it turned out, and I'm obsessed. I love this idea so much. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below what your favorite tracker is. And so I got this idea from when we went to the library with the kids. I ordered these. You can actually get these off Amazon. So I got a whole pack of these guys, and then I just used my double-sided tape. This one also happens to be from Amazon. It's just, I was just ordering everything, so I thought I'd get it together, but not really my favorite, not a non-favorite. It's just something I needed, so I grabbed that as well. I just did 4 little rolls, and it's on there. Like, it's not going anywhere. So super impressed with that. That one's actually really strong. It could become a new favorite of mine. And then I made my little inserts, which are the old library cards. I will link all the shops in down below. If you guys are interested to check this out or like this idea, if you guys do recreate this, let me know. I'd love to see your creations as well. And then, so I made them double-sided. So I just peeled them and printed, stuck them together because that's how the original cards used to be. So I'll have 4 sides to keep track of this year, which is more than enough. And then I have my little stamper that I'm going to be using over here to put the date for the due date. Whenever I finish the book, that's what happened to my thumb here. I had a bit of a explosion of ink. I got too excited and I stomped it like this and it got all over me, but usually it's okay. If you don't put your hand there, it's pretty good and clean. And that's what it looks like. Nice crisp lines. I just was not paying attention and got it all over myself. So this was also, I don't know if this was on Amazon. No, this was from Staples. So that's how I put this all together. So starting in August, my first book, I will put that in there. And then the stickers around, I just used a couple different places. It's kind of a vibe, I guess, is just like lying down and reading. I like to have a coffee or tea. I like to have candles. Sometimes I sit down beside Harley and she snuggles up. Also like plants as well, so I thought I would include those as well together. There's a bookstore, one more chapter, which it's never ends up being just one, but we keep telling ourselves that. And then a hanging plant, some more coffee, and then a little kitty curled up and kind of putting her paws on the book, which they sometimes like to do. So that is my book tracker page. The next thing that I'm tracking is my social media milestones, and that's at the very back here. So I have my Instagram follower tracker, and so I have like a little Instagram icon and like the little cat, because I do most of my Instagram posting and messaging from my phone with the app, and I've colored up to, I think, 1,500. I'm just shy of 2,000. I think I have 30 followers left to go. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, go ahead. I will leave the link in my comment section, and you can go and follow me there. You can come look at my plans, send messages, share memes, and just a fun time over there. The planning community is just amazing on all platforms, but especially on Instagram. I'm very, very interactive with everyone and have so much fun spending time with you guys there. And then my other social media platform is YouTube, obviously. And so again, I have the little icon and another little cat there, just lying on there. So this is my YouTube subscriber trackers, and this one as well. I'm pretty close to 200, which is super exciting. I still can't believe it. Thank you so much for all your support. If you're not already following me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and then you can get a notification every time I release a video. And I'm going to be doing a fun little giveaway on here soon as well. So that's what I decided to do for these. I really love animal prints, so I'm really happy that I was able to kind of work that into this section. There wasn't really any particular theme in terms of colors for either of these things, and I'm not a big red fan, so I didn't want to do like a big red thing for YouTube. So I decided to do the animal prints, and I did leopard here and tiger pink, hot pink tiger print over there. And then the last tracker that I have is going to be for my Etsy shop milestones. I'm going to be opening an Etsy shop in about 2 weeks. I'm aiming for an first week of August open, as long as everything goes okay and smoothly. It's a lot to get set up behind the scenes. You guys, anybody who has an Etsy shop that I purchased from, I just want to say thank you so much. Oh my goodness, I really appreciate everything that you guys do, even more so now. I always appreciated it before, but I appreciate it on a different level now. And I haven't even really started. I'm just getting everything. Well, I've started, but haven't opened. It's all just getting the inventory, working out the pricing, the name, the banner, the logo, all that stuff. So that part, it's fun. It's exciting, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. But yeah, I'm also terrified as well. So, but if you're not afraid, then it's too comfortable, right? So I just used this in Word. I tried to match the writing as best I could to keep in theme with those, and I did my sales trackers, and then I got these little piggies, which are super cute. A little $sign. And then so I decided to go up to 5,000. I don't know if I'm going to hit that this year, but I figure, you know what, just aim for it and we'll see what happens. And then I have some cute little mailers down here. And so how I decided to keep track of it is I decided to do like my sales. So this isn't going to be the money that I'm keeping track of. I just want to see like how many sales that I can reach, and how many things that people buy, I guess, and support. So I started out with 1 because it's a really big deal, and I will be definitely celebrating that. Every sale will count, every sale will be appreciated, and then yeah, we'll see how far I get this year. So that's it, guys. That's it for my Erin Condren move-in. I left this page blank as well. Again, I like to just in each section just leave one side blank or one area blank, just so that I have a little bit of room to grow into it and use it during the year. If it's completely full, then I just feel like it overwhelmed. If I want to add something, I'm like, oh no, right? Like I can't add it. I mean, I could probably put stickers over these pages here if I really wanted to, because I don't know if I'm going to really use these pages that much. And then we have all the way up to 2025 at the very back, which I don't typically plan that far ahead, but in 2024 I will be. So some of our annual appointments and that sort of thing will be setting up in advance. And then I like that you have that spot here, so you could put like, kids cleaning or dentist or physical or whatever, and then or shots for your dog or cat, and then you can transfer it into your new planner without forgetting it. So this kind of gives you a transitional area for future plans, which I do like. I'm just not going to use it probably till 2024. And then that's the end. And then you just have your stickers at the end, as per usual. And then these are really pretty, more neutral, which I really like. I did get the canvas planner, so maybe that's why. They do tend to change these colors every year. And then just some functional stickers. I love the metallic foil. I think it's always a nice little touch. And then I have my little pocket, which I haven't put anything in yet. I do have my perpetual planner somewhere, but once I finish filling it out, I'm going to add it into here, and then any other extra stickers that I plan on using. Alright guys, that's it for today. I'm officially moved into my Erin Condren Life Planner, and super excited to start memory planning in it and take you guys along with me on the journey. Lots of exciting things on this channel in the next few weeks, including a giveaway for when I hit 200 subscribers, and also my shop announcement as well, so stay tuned for that. I'll be letting you guys know when it's going to be opening, what I'm going to be selling, and all that good stuff. So stay tuned, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!